Hello. Next question. How is it writing standalones as well as a series? It's a good question. I'm very new to this. My standalone isn't out yet. It's out next year. So, how is it writing standalones as well as a series? Like, overall, I feel like the luckiest guy in the world, and that's because I get different things from the Tuva series than I do from the standalone books. Bernie's just behind the camera, so if it all falls over, it's because of him. So yeah, the standalones allow me to go a little more wild. I feel very liberated when I write a standalone book because I can do anything in that book. It stands on its own 2 feet. It doesn't need to be a sequel. The main character doesn't need to necessarily survive. I can be more playful, and I can kind of stretch my writer muscles more, which is great. And I like the challenge of that, and I like that I'm totally out of my comfort zone with my standalone books. And then the Tuva series is a different thing. It's a different kind of skill. The ability to layer up an imaginary world and return to that setting and return to those characters book after book. I kind of grow up with them in a way. Like Tuva's growing up, learning things as I am, and I enjoy that. And I think that's quite comforting for me as a writer, but also for the readers. It's quite nice to come back to a series. There's a bunch of different series that I enjoy reading, that I enjoy watching, and that's because there's the element of familiarity, and it is comforting. And maybe this year especially we need some of that comfort. But yeah, I like writing standalones very much. That's my new thing, so I'm very excited about it. But I love returning to Tuva as well. So if the ability to do that side by side with 2 different publishers is a dream come true. Just show you Bernie real quick because he's eating the shack again. He's also a bit tied up in his leash, but he'll be okay. The reason why I keep him, he's normally loose with me, but when I'm filming something I keep him tied up in case some kind of wildlife flies by and he'll shoot off and try to eat it or befriend it. How is writing standalones as well as a series? I've written 2 standalones so far. The Last Thing to Burn is out in January. It's this very claustrophobic, intense novel set on a Fenland farm. Where you have 2 characters, one character is being held captive by the other, and it's really her story, the woman who's been held captive, and her life story, but also her story right there and right then on this bleak fen. How does she get away from this man? How does she get away from this life? It is all about her, and it's a very claustrophobic book. Misery Meets Room. It's a very claustrophobic book. The next standalone after that, I can't talk much about it yet. It'll be out in 2022, and it's set in New York. I can say that much. And then the standalones, sorry, the Tuva series, Tuva 4 is out next year, Tuva 5 the year after. And I love writing Tuva because I don't really understand her yet. I haven't got to grips with her. I'm still learning about her. She's growing older, she's doing different things. Her life is changing. Her relationships are changing, and that's fascinating to write about. I find both things challenging in different ways. I hope that answers the question.